It has the potential to be the biggest transfer that we see in the January window. Suggestions are that Dusan Vlahovic is on his way to Juventus. Of course, such a hot prospect, one of the best strikers around and still only 21 years of age. As we welcome Gab Marcotti with us to discuss this potential move. Gab, let's discuss this potential move. What's its potential?
Well, right now it's still potential, but it's certainly, as you said, it's on its way. There's always three components to a move. Is there a deal between the two clubs? The answer is yes. I'm told it's around 70 million euros plus 5 million euros in easy bonuses, in other words, easily attainable bonuses, plus another 5 million in difficult bonuses, among them stuff like Juventus winning the Champions League. So it could be as high as 80 million. Is there a deal between the club and the player? They're very, very close to a deal. There's a deal in principle. They haven't put pen to paper on that part yet. And the third part is there a deal between the club and the agents? That, I think, could potentially the final stumbling block. Obviously, it's what's kept Vlahovic from moving to other clubs who were interested in him. His agents demanding very high commissions, demanding something like it was 15 to 18 million for some clubs. I'm told they're now asking for 10 to 12 million. I don't think Juve want to pay that. They're going to try to bring that number down. There's also suggestions they want a percentage of the sell-on fee. Again, Juve working to bring that down before they put pen to paper. But I think at this point, given what's happened in Florence, the reaction of the fans, and given how excited the Juve world is, the Juveverse is at the prospect of Vlahovic coming in, they're going to feel that they're in a pretty strong position to negotiate this down, and I think they're confident that they can get it done.
Gab, we've seen some nasty comments, aren't we, from the Fiorentina fans?
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, look, this was very ugly, and I think it's ugly on two levels. One is there is a long history of animosity between Juve and Fiorentina. You saw it when Federico Chiesa left. Fiorentina at the time wanted to sell him abroad. You saw it when Roberto Baggio left way back in 1990. Fiorentina didn't want to sell him at all. Baggio probably didn't even want to go back then. So in Vlahovic's case, to see him leave, he had 18 months left on his contract. He hadn't extended his deal, but he kept talking about how he wanted to stay. His agents kept turning down requests, or they were demanding far too much in commission. Fiorentina tried to sell him abroad. There was interest from a number of clubs, inquiries from a number of clubs. I think Arsenal coming the closest, but they're simply scared off because the agents were demanding, what they considered was silly money, 15, 18 million plus a release clause and all this other stuff. I think few clubs are willing to do that in this market. So in the end, he ends up going to Juve, who are the only club, or looks as if he's going to Juve, I should say. Deal not done yet. And I think that really stings. And now suggestions that this is what he wanted all along. I'm not convinced of that. But it's always very, very difficult when you have a player saying one thing and then doing something else. And I think maybe it's definitely over the top, the threats and whatever else. But I think in the end, Fiorentina might say, you know what, we didn't get a bad deal at all. This is a lot of money that's going to be coming our way for a player who would go to free transfer in 18 months if he doesn't extend.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.